Now, why he wants to do this is because ki control equals ki blast. Ki blast equals ki waves. And that can eventually evolve into the Super Saiyan forms or whatever. All he knows is that king control comes natural to the Saiyan race, and it should come natural to him. Speaking about Deku's strength, he is the strongest and smartest person in this class. He can easily do the mock test, better than Bakugo by many times. And he does classically work out and train. But then here's where Goku comes in to train the really young fella. So he decides to train him from when he is 6 to when he is 9. I think that's a good ratio. So he starts to train him the more and more and more, to the point where Deku is toned. 6-pack and all, my bro. 6-pack and all. But what I'm trying to convey here is that Deku learns multiple things. He doesn't learn the Super Saiyan form. He does learn the Kamehameha, the Kaioken, and the Spirit Bomb, just in case. And he decides, and Goku and his mom and dad finally decide to tell him about his Saiyan heritage. And he's like, cool, I'm an alien. I know that's not like Deku, but we're talking from a 6 to 9 Deku. And you know how he was in the original timeline. Mr. Bust Down Doors. But now we skip straight to the last day of junior high. Deku has learned multiple things. His father's wild cannon, the Kamehameha, the Denki Dama, the Kaioken, he could do it to times 20. Since his sand body lets him go past the normal human restraints. He has also learned other things like the Hakai, from people like Beerus who constantly drop by the fight and spar with Goku. And he has well known the Super Saiyan transformation, to the point where he dang near masters it. Kind of like where Goku and Gohan couldn't really go down from the Super Saiyan. But here comes the sludge villain attack. So everything goes as normal, but when he catches him and he starts to lose air, Deku immediately powers up and just air pressure just goes from Deku, knocking the sludge villain off, sorry I'm stuttering, into the next couple buildings. So Deku takes this opportunity to literally go right up to it, since he moves faster than light. 3 times faster if he goes Super Saiyan, but just 2 times if he goes regular. And his power level is about... The average human power level in this series wouldn't be the maximum of 10. It would be the maximum of 50. All Might has a special exception as a power level of 100. And then Deku has a power level of 100,000 at his base. So we gotta multiply that by 50, and I'm not good at math, so I am not doing that right now. Which is basically just adding up to 1 million. So he could basically be second form Frieza if he uses the Kaioken along with it. One thing he does inherit from Goku is the Flying Nimbus and the Power Pole. Now Deku cherishes these items as they were his masters. So then All Might yells, I am here. Why did I do it like that? And he Detroit smashes the sludge villain and then picks him up and puts him in his little Coke bottle thing. And then he asks, "Kid, what kind of quirk do you have? I saw you blow away that slick villain right back into the wall. I know it said buildings, but just roll with it." And he says, "I'm quirkless," as he flies off. He just uses the flying nimbus as a form of transportation, since he doesn't want to be caught in multiple dilemmas, and especially big crowds. So when he gets home and he tells his parents about the whole incident, Shalot thinks he needs to train a little more. As All Might, instead of being the number one hero in this timeline, is the number two. And Ivy thinks that he needs to lay back on the train just a little bit so he doesn't cause major damage. And he explains that he was only using 0.1% of his power. Now this absolutely shocks Shalot and shocks Ivy. They are completely dumbfounded. So then we go into the exams. Now I'll say Deku does better, because All Might isn't the number one hero, he's the number two. Everybody is bumped down a rank, since Shalot is the number one hero in this timeline. That means he has a lot of money per se. So the exams go away as they should. He does better on the written test since his father is actually a hero, and he would be teaching him about this stuff. So then now comes a practical exam. He never actually trips, because he's more confident in this timeline. He isn't that shy, timid Goku who's like mother. I said mutter, not mother. Mama? But seriously, he literally never trips because he's confident. Not to the point where he's like a Bakugo, but to the point where he's confident in his own abilities to pass. So President Mike says, "Go." And here's the first one out of the gate, and he hits 3 3-pointers with just one key blast. And people are just dumbfounded at what he can do. He flies up, gets more 3-pointers, uppercuts a 2-pointer, and then shoots a couple 1-pointers. And people are like, "Oh crap, we gotta get points, because this guy won't leave any." So Deku has a good 500 points. They really won't put out any more robots because this kid will break their budget for the sports festival. So then the 0-pointer comes in, doing his lean mean thing. And I say that he would start to run away saying, "I got a decent amount of points," until he hears a girl's yells. And then he instantly perks up and runs towards the 0-pointer. And he just flies up and then just punches it with 2% of his power. He's only using literally 0.00% of his power during the whole exam. But when he uses 2, the head of the 0-pointer literally flies off. It's decapitated, and it flies back into the rest of the city, where nobody is since they're all evacuating. So then he floats down and gets to rubble off the girl, which we all know as Uraka. In the next timeline, I say that certain ships won't be happening. What I mean by this is Uraraka and Deku, and no, that's not happening. Cause I feel like they'll mostly be in the friend zone with each other. So then, Deku, knowing that he's holding this girl up for points, he says, "Go on, go get more points." And Uraraka just runs off. With 10 seconds left, he says, "Brave." God damn it. Sorry, I got ADHD. Anyway, he says 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ding ding, the test is over. I'm sorry. But anyway, Uraraka manages to get 9 more points in that span, and Deku manages to get 12. Because we all know how a beast he is. So, I'm going to be leaving part 1 off here. And I'm going to be doing more of these. And if you wonder the color of his aura, it is this light dark green. Not scratch that. It's just this emanating blue. Gray mixed in with blue. Blue strands every once in a while. And little things go in the head. He will learn Gaki. He will get Ultra Instinct. And there's something I plan to do near the end of the series. And shout out to Alex. You can finally stop talking to me about it. I put out 4 videos with shout outs of you, Alex. So just stop. Anyway, Derek Lett is